Let's talk about direct objects, should we? If you're like most Spanish learners, you probably have trouble with direct objects. So in this video, we will learn all about them and how to use them in phrases. I'm Haiti with Real World Spanish Lessons, and I want to help you become fluent in real world Spanish. So if that's something you're looking to do, make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell on. ¿Listos? Comencemos. To understand how to use direct objects, let's look at this sentence. You have the book. Tú tienes el libro. Let's break this sentence down in English. You is the subject, have is the verb, and the book is the direct object. So in English, we can shorten this sentence to say you have it if everyone in the conversation knows what it's been talked about. The same thing can be done in Spanish. The only difference is that in Spanish, we don't just have an it. We have 4 different words that you can use, and these are lo, la, los, and las. So depending on the gender, you would either use lo or la, and if it's singular or plural, you would use los or las. When talking about a masculine object, you would use lo or los, and when talking about a feminine object, use la or las. So if the noun is plural, use los for masculine objects and las for feminine objects. So lo and las can be directly translated into English to them, and lo or la can be translated into it. A rule of thumb is that the direct object must be placed either before the verb or after the person, and after no if the sentence is negative. So if we're talking about a masculine object, el or un becomes lo, la or una becomes la, los or unos becomes los, and las or unas becomes las. Let's go over some sentence examples so you can understand how to use them in a phrase. He has the ticket. Él tiene el boleto. Él tiene el boleto. This sentence can become él lo tiene. Él lo tiene. So we replace el boleto, the ticket, for it, lo. She didn't do her homework. Ella no hizo la tarea. Ella no hizo la tarea. This sentence becomes she didn't do it. Ella no la hizo. Ella no la hizo. So once again, we're replacing la tarea, the homework, for it, la. Next we have, do you have the books? ¿Tú tienes los libros? ¿Tú tienes los libros? This sentence becomes, do you have them? ¿Tú los tienes? ¿Tú los tienes? We're replacing the books, los libros, for them, los. I don't have the book. Yo no tengo el libro. Yo no tengo el libro. This sentence becomes, I don't have it. Yo no lo tengo. Yo no lo tengo. So once again, we're replacing the book, el libro, for it, lo. Or you could say, no lo tengo. But remember that in Spanish, the verb is already conjugated, so you don't need to use the personal pronoun. Because tengo, it's already conjugated. We sold the oranges. Nosotros vendimos las naranjas. Nosotros vendimos las naranjas. This becomes, we sold them. Nosotros las vendimos. Nosotros las vendimos. We're replacing the oranges, las naranjas, for them, las. And in the sentence, you could also simply say, las vendimos. We sold them, but remember, in Spanish, the verb is already conjugated. And if everyone knows what's been talked about or who it's been talked about, you don't need to use the personal pronouns. I bought the book. Yo compré el libro. Yo compré el libro. This sentence becomes I bought it. Yo lo compré. Yo lo compré. And in the sentence, we're replacing the book, el libro, for it, lo. Or, lo compré. Do you have the jacket? ¿Tú tienes la chaqueta? ¿Tú tienes la chaqueta? This sentence becomes, do you have it? ¿Tú la tienes? ¿Tú la tienes? And here we're replacing the jacket, la chaqueta, for it, la. Or, ¿la tienes? They ate the apples. Ellos se comieron las manzanas. Ellos se comieron las manzanas. This sentence becomes, they ate them. Ellos se las comieron. Ellos se las comieron. And here we're replacing the apples, las manzanas, for them, las. Let's see if you understood this lesson. I will give you a sentence in Spanish and I want you to replace the direct object with lo, la, los, and las. Now it's the time to see if you actually understood this lesson. Rewrite this sentence using el, la, los, or las. I have a book. Yo tengo un libro. Yo tengo un libro. This sentence becomes, yo lo tengo. Yo lo tengo. Un libro, the book, is masculine and feminine, so we are using lo. I don't have your shirt. No tengo tu blusa. No tengo tu blusa. This sentence becomes, no la tengo. No la tengo. Because your shirt, tu blusa, is feminine and singular. I need the shoes. Necesito los zapatos. Necesito los zapatos. This sentence becomes, yo los necesito. Yo los necesito. The shoes, los zapatos, are masculine and plural. We have the keys. Nosotros tenemos las llaves. Nosotros tenemos las llaves. This sentence becomes, nosotros las tenemos. Nosotros las tenemos. The keys, llaves, are feminine and plural. I listen to the radio. Yo escucho la radio. Yo escucho la radio. This sentence becomes, yo la escucho. Yo la escucho. The radio, la radio, is feminine and singular. They eat the vegetables. Ellos comen los vegetales. Ellos comen los vegetales. This sentence becomes, ellos los comen. Ellos los comen. The vegetables, los vegetales, are masculine and plural. He has a notebook. Él tiene un cuaderno. Él tiene un cuaderno. This sentence becomes él lo tiene. Él lo tiene. The notebook, el cuaderno, is masculine and singular. How many did you get correct? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to learn Spanish fast, I'll have a free cheat sheet with must-know Spanish phrases pinned to the top comment. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.